Unprocessed emotions can get stuck in the body and they can manifest into physical pain, illness, and disease. So, I'm going to teach you how to process and release emotions quickly and effectively. Hey, I'm Evelyn, a holistic wellness coach specializing in women's hormone health and fertility. But here we go beyond that. From balancing hormones to mastering your emotions and embracing feminine energy, this is your space for all things holistic wellness, empowerment, and transformation. Get ready to reclaim your confidence, elevate your energy, and step into your most magnetic self. If that speaks to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and welcome to the channel. What if I told you that the anxiety, depression, stress, or even physical symptoms you're experiencing, like the aches and pains, might not be random, but trapped emotions? For the longest time, I didn't realize that the crippling anxiety, depression, and chronic health issues I was personally experiencing were deeply, deeply connected to the emotions I had suppressed for so long. I spent years silencing who I really was, suppressing my feelings, my voice, my thoughts, my authenticity, molding myself into someone others expected me to be. I grew up in a home where emotions weren't something we talked about. My parents, who I love dearly, did the best they could with the knowledge they had, and I fully recognize that. But they were never taught emotional intelligence or how to process their own emotions. They grew up in rural Poland during communism, not an easy time to grow up in Eastern Europe. So in their world, emotions were seen as a sign of weakness. They weren't meant to be felt or expressed. So for someone like myself, who's naturally emotional, this was really tough. Whenever I expressed sadness, frustration, fear, anger, or even excitement, it wasn't always received well. I was often made to feel like I was too much, like something was wrong with me. But what I eventually learned is that when someone doesn't have the capacity to sit with their own emotions, they will never be able to hold space for yours. They panic at the first sign of emotion. So from a young age, I learned to suppress, just like so many of us. But suppression doesn't make emotions disappear. It buries them, and buried emotions don't stay silent. They show up as frustration, irritability, anger, chronic stress, physical aches and pains, and eventually illness and disease. We are not our emotions, but emotions are a part of us. When we push them away, we're not just avoiding feelings. We're disconnecting from parts of ourselves that are asking for our attention, parts of ourselves that just want to be seen, felt, and healed. And over time, this takes a massive toll on our minds, our nervous systems, our hormones, and our bodies as a whole. Because emotions don't just exist in the mind, they live in the body. Emotions are energy in motion. And if we don't let them move through us, they get stuck, causing stress, dysregulation, and even physical symptoms like aches and pains. But the good news, we can learn how to process and release them. And when we do, everything begins to shift. So how do you process and release your emotions? The first step is simply acknowledging how you feel. This alone can create a massive shift. Today, so many of us resist admitting how we truly feel, but sometimes all our bodies need is for us to just recognize and accept those emotions. That alone can begin to transmute them. So first, acknowledge how you feel, but not with an I am statements. I am statements are so powerful. These are identity statements, and you are not your emotion. This is just an experience that you are having. So refrain from saying things like, I'm anxious, I'm stressed, I'm angry. Instead, simply state, I feel anxious, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel excited, I feel happy, whatever it is that you feel. And then you want to tune in and locate the emotion in your body. Do you feel it in the pit of your stomach, in your chest, in your throat? And I'm going to walk you through a few things you can do once you've located the emotion. The first thing you can do is simply place your hands over that part of your body where you're feeling this emotion the most, and just begin to observe it with curiosity. Now, the mind is going to want to get in the way here. It's going to want to try to justify, explain, rationalize why you're feeling the way you are. The mind loves to intellectualize everything, but I want you to resist this. The more you allow your mind to get in the way, the more you get stuck in this emotion. So just allow yourself to sit with the emotion, be present with it, observe it. Does it have a texture, a shape, a color, a sound? Is it hot or cold? Do you feel it fixed in one place, or is it moving around? And you'll notice that the more you become curious about it, the more you begin to lean into it. The more you become present with it, the more it begins to dissipate. The second thing you can do after you've located the emotion is, again, place your hands over that part of your body. And while focusing your attention there, just begin taking nice big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now start moving your body in a way that it's asking to be moved. Maybe that part of your body needs to be stretched out, and maybe it's asking for a little shake or bounce. Maybe it wants gentle circular motions. Whatever that looks like for you, there is no right or wrong. The key is to listen and respond intuitively without overthinking. And as you do this, keep breathing deeply and notice any shifts, whether it's a release of tension, a change in sensation, or even an emotional shift. The more you listen to your body and move in a way it needs, the more space you create for that emotion to be processed and released. The third thing you can do is use sound and tapping. This is one of my personal favorites. You're going to start by gently tapping the part of the body where you're noticing this emotion. And as you tap, focus your attention on that part of your body and begin to connect with the emotion that you're feeling. Now, while you're tapping, I want you to start humming, chanting, sighing, or even screaming if that is what your body's asking for. You're going to make a sound that resonates with how you feel. And you're going to allow the sound to evolve and flow naturally, just like the emotion itself. You might notice the emotion loosening, shifting, or even leaving entirely as the sound vibrations combined with the tapping help to release it. By tapping on the emotion and incorporating sound, you're targeting both the energetic and the physical aspect of the emotion, which can help to release it more quickly and more effectively. Remember, there is no right or wrong way to make sound. Just allow yourself to express freely and intuitively. You could also incorporate a chant to further release the emotion. You can tap and chant something like, I am safe to feel. I am free to release. I let go of the past. I invite in peace. And repeat this as many times as you need. Now, keep in mind that as you go through these exercises, you may feel the need to cry, to yawn, deeply sigh. You may even start to shake or tremble. These are all signs that emotions are being released from the body. Ideally, you want to keep doing one of these exercises until you feel a sense of calm and peace. And when you do, I want you to immediately shift your focus and imagine yourself somewhere really peaceful. It could be your favorite place in nature, your favorite place in your home, and repeat these words when you're there. I am safe and at peace now. All is well with me. I really hope you found this one helpful. If you're currently looking for one-on-one support on your hormone balancing or fertility journey, I invite you to book a free call with me to see if working together would be a good fit. I would love to connect with you. I'll include the link in the description box below. And if you have any questions or requests for future videos, be sure to drop them in the comments. And if this resonated with you, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.